I've chosen to work on this installation as a way to convey my spiritual growth and journey into an exploration of my heritage. My goal was to use artistic language to make information accessible through a visual experience that has largely only been available through historic texts. The work is placed within a scroll to honor this ancient tradition of communication of textual information. The three initial concepts on this panel, illuminate, wrestle, and connect, came to me as ones central to Judaism. On the right, illuminate and its relationship to light. Whether one is thinking of illuminated letters in the tradition of medieval books with gold letters, or the light that comes from the candles on Shabbat. In the center, wrestle is the journey of questioning, seeking answers, yet knowing that within Judaism there are no definite answers. It is the old on the one hand, yet on the other, that one pursues to see that there is value to both sides of the question, that nothing is totally black or white, but through seeking and questioning, a person can raise their awareness. On the left, connect is the concept that it's not only the web that links us in this age of computers, but there have historically been pathways of connection that weave through our lives, around the world, and through the universe. Through raising insight, one can begin to know and recognize these threads that connect us one to another. The floating letters that make up the roots of deeds, love, and words are formed from the light energy in the heavens. The basic simplicity of an equilateral triangle represents the primary concept of love. The 3 points used to form a triangle are the minimum number of points that can be used to make up a form in 2 dimensions. As the triangles gather into forms, they enter the 3rd dimension of occupying space. The letters and triangles attract and repel each other, joining and dissolving eternally to form sacred geometry throughout the universe. The floating letters that make up the roots of courage, justice, righteousness, and truth continue to be formed from the light energy in the heavens. I've chosen the square to symbolize justice, righteousness, the secondary core concept. The square with its 4 corners, stable on any of its equal sides, represents the scales of justice in a state of balance between truth and courage. Here the letters are attracted only to the squares, while the presence of the bare triangles continues to represent the primary concept of love. In this panel, the floating letters that make up the roots of wisdom, holiness, and Torah are also formed from the light energy in the heavens. The tertiary core concept, Torah, the teaching, as found throughout the 5 books of the Bible, is represented by the 5-sided pentagon. Here also, attraction is only between the letters in the heavens and the pentagons, while the presence of the bare triangles and squares speaks to building on the foundational core concepts of love and justice, righteousness. In the 4th core concept, the floating letters are derived from the roots of remember, slavery, and holy rest, and continue to be formed from the light energy in the heavens. The six-sided hexagon that the letters are attracted to symbolizes the 6 days of creation, which were followed by the time of holy rest. While the letters are only attracted to hexagons, the triangles, squares, and pentagons add to and strengthen the foundation of this concept, being a reminder of each of their core concepts: love, justice, righteousness, and Torah, the teaching. The color of these particles is reminiscent of the strand of blue thread that is commanded to be in the fringes on the corners of the prayer shawl. The significance of this color is a reminder to remember. The journey draws to completion as the 4 core concepts: love, justice, righteousness, Torah, the teaching, and remember replace the 4 knots in the fringe on the prayer shawl. In this panel, the prayer shawl flows out from the earth with its fringes reaching up to the heavens, reversing the direction of energy from the first panel, invitation. The 3 concepts that are interpreted on this panel speak visually to the viewer about a personal journey. The concepts are place, from the very place where one is standing; commandments, the actions that one commits involving the core concepts of the previous 4 panels; and covenant, the partnership that happens when one's personal threads of connection are joined to those of the universe. When I began this project, I wanted to begin with a foundation of knowledge of biblical Hebrew. I studied to break the language down into its most basic unit, from the development of the shapes of letters to the smallest groupings of letters to form concepts. These were the roots. And then, with the addition of prefixes and suffixes, I saw that the potential of these roots had been dramatically expanded. The meditation that I encountered was through all of the processes, but particularly through using sewing as a method of constructing this work. It allowed the panels to build slowly and very consciously, and it was an ever-present reminder of the threads of connection. This project is about light. It's about the reflected light that bounces off the metallic fabrics, the light in the heavens, which contains all of time, the mystery of what one sees with available light as something is illuminated, the inner light of knowledge. The depth of field is created here with a variety of size, transparency, and color of the stars, creating an illusion of space on a 2-dimensional plane. Perspective is used in creating the particles that are on the flat panels. Along with a variety of sizes that were used for the particles, it helped to create an illusion of space. The shift from the 2-dimensional panels with the illusion of space in the heavens and particles to actual 3-dimensional pieces creates a tension and ever-changing sense of awe for the viewer and emphasizes the changing relationship between humans and the divine.